After all, having gills was like cheating. The second she had dropped the towel from around her neck, where it was covering up the slits, and had dived into the pool from the practice drill, she had instantly felt something was different. It had felt like she belonged in the water. She had torn through the pool like a fish. The gills had worked wonders. She no longer needed to inhale on every stroke. Actually, she didn't need to at all, though she did once or twice so she wouldn't throw anybody off, just for show. She didn't want anyone to grow suspicious about the girl who didn't have to breathe during laps. It was bad enough that Normie was still called her fish lover. Well, it's not an official competition time, Coach Greeley went on, scribbling on her clipboard. We can't add it to the record books, but you beat the previous record by a full 30 seconds. Let's see. She scanned her clipboard. That record was set last year by Kendall. The name hit Shelley like a punch in the gut. Wow, 30 seconds? She asked. At the same time, she couldn't help feeling the grin spread across her face. Maybe the deal with the sea witch really was worth it, gills and all. She glanced around the pool. The other swimmers, including Kendall, were finishing the drill. Shelley climbed out and joined Coach Greeley. Below, Kendall slapped the side of the pool. She was red-faced and breathing hard. She'd come in second, but a very distant second in the drill. The twins appeared next, also winded. Coach Greeley shook her head. I can't explain it, Shelley, she said, studying her stopwatch like it was broken. You're like a whole different swimmer today. What's your secret? Shelley, towel looped around her neck, shrugged and smiled, hoping that would be enough. But when she saw her friends watching, she said, I guess practice makes perfect. Coach Greeley grinned, then looked down. Kendall, nice job, she said, but you'll have to do better. Shelley here just beat your official record. Can you believe it? Kendall's eyes narrowed, but then widened as she swept Shelley into a hug. I totally underestimate you, Shells. You swim so fast, she said. Now we'll win that regional trophy for sure. Atina said, you even beat Kendall at her own event. That's like never happened before. Kendall flashed Atina a look, but then quickly smiled. Shelley's a natural at breaststroke, she said. Shelley was thrilled by her performance, but even more by Kendall's praise. Now she couldn't wait to face Little River and Judy Weisberg again in the next meet. I'll show Judy a thing or two. See, I told you I'd do better, Shelley said, proudly parading into the locker room with Kendall and the twins. She kept the towel draped around her neck, like a featherless boa. She felt like her wish had been worth it. Now Kendall would just have to stay friends with her. Kendall reached out and touched her shoulder. As the team captain, I'm totally proud of you, Kendall grinned, and for the first time, Shelley felt like she had the upper hand in the friendship, like Kendall admired her, instead of the other way around. Atina and Alana nodded their agreement. Thanks, Shelley said. Don't mention it. With a flip of her hair, Kendall marched to the showers. Alana followed, but Atina lingered behind, looking torn. Look, I shouldn't say anything, Atina said, eyes darting. She glanced after Kendall, making sure she disappeared into the showers. But just be careful with Kendall. She wants you to win, just not against her. Shelley frowned. What do you mean? Atina waited for the showers to start running, masking their voices. Kendall is the top swimmer at Triton Bay, she whispered. Everyone knows that. She's the captain of the swim team. It's like her reputation. If you keep beating her top swim times, you'll ruin that. Ruin it? Shelley asked. Yeah, beating her that badly in the drill, at her own event, surpassing her record time, then parading in here like you're the captain of the swim team, and like you're better than her at the breaststroke now? Shelley felt her stomach drop. Her gills also flared, making her feel self-conscious. She clutched the towel tighter. I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to make her happy and do what the coach wanted and was best for the team. Atina frowned. Well, Just know it's a sensitive subject, so be careful. I just want to win, to help us get the trophy, so Kendall can throw her party. Atina shook her head. Look, you're new, so I don't expect you to understand everything. But this is a big deal for Kendall. If you beat her in the next match, she won't forget it. Trust me on this one. I'm just saying this as your friend. With that, Atina headed for the showers, leaving Shelley alone on the bench. She could feel the wet towel wrapped tightly around her neck, and, underneath it, the gills that flared every time she breathed. Wanting to race home and cry, she forced herself to head for the showers instead. Still in her bathing suit, she scooted into a shower stall and turned it on. What's good about being the best swimmer if being the best swimmer means that Kendall will hate me? Shelley muttered to herself, stepping under the scalding water. And aren't friends supposed to celebrate the successes of their friends? She thought. She reached for the shampoo bottle. The water pelted her skin. She felt her gills flare. She had thought that becoming the fastest swimmer would help her keep her friends, not lose them. On top of that complication, she had actual gills. She'd signed her name in gold on that contract. She'd made her wish and agreed to the deal. But now she almost wished she hadn't. Was it too late to take it back? Then she remembered Ursula saying, "There's no going back," and her heart stopped. Mindlessly, she squirted shampoo into her palm, but thick, oily black sludge came out of the bottle. It coated her palm and dripped down her arm. She gasped, dropping the shampoo bottle. What the? The sludge leaked from the bottle and stained the water black. It reminded her of an oil spill in the ocean. She looked down. Her hand was still stained with the only black sludge. She tried scrubbing it under the scalding water, but the black stain wouldn't come off. The sea witch's sultry voice echoed through her head. "You can't change your mind." A horrible cackling filled the showers. You wanted to be the fastest swimmer. Shelley grabbed her towel and bolted from the shower, darting past Kendall and the twins, who were now dressed. She tried to hide her hand, hoping they wouldn't notice the black stain. "What's wrong?" Kendall asked as she detangled her wet hair with a comb. "Nothing," Shelley said, her voice higher than she meant it to be. I'm late for dinner." Shelley quickly tugged on her outfit over her bathing suit and ran from the locker room. The sea witch's cackling followed her out into the parking lot, where her mother's car waited for her. But as soon as she hopped in and slammed the door, the cackling ceased. "What is happening to me? Am I going mad? And what am I going to do?"